Boys, girls, ladies, and gents, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have y'all here. If y'all don't know who I am, I'm the self-proclaimed F2P god. Did F2P T5 in 182 days, 2.5 billion KP. Anyway, what we're covering today is going to be Zenith, Power, Twilight Falls, everything you need about legendary skins. I say everything you need to know, there's not too much to know. We're mostly going to be talking about when you should get them, if you should get them, and why you shouldn't get them. For the vast majority of people, that last point is going to be absolutely massive. Gargantuan, I dare say. A lot of people see these skins, they see the shiny orange legendary title, and they think, I gotta have one. I need one.
I need it. I need it.
If you're a brand new player, you don't need one of these. Straight up, I'll just open up with that. These skins are fine. They're okay. They're not great. Call the Eternity. This is the Zenith skin I got. I got second place Zenith during my KVK1 F2P. I picked this shit up and I'm never gonna use it. It's just not good. 15% cavalry attack is like, okay, but we're in a meta right now. We're talking about running, you know, maybe like 2 cavalry, 2 archer, 1 infantry, maybe 2 infantry, 2 cavalry, 1 archer, right? That is the meta right now. So why would you ever possibly want like a mono skin? It just doesn't make any sense. The only skin historically that I would even have considered out of Zenith the Power would maybe Dynastic Conqueror with 8% troop defense. This is a really good skin, but it's very, very rare that we get a skin anywhere near of this high of quality. So if you're wanting to use an open field skin, Dynastic Conqueror is really good. On the flip side of that, another really good open field skin that does not come from Zenith is just the OG Twilight Falls. So if you're seeing like any kind of late game player and they're running like a 5 or a 7 march, there's a very high chance that they're rocking this bad boy. It's a good skin at the end of the day. The real question at the end of the day is, do you need a good skin? How important is a good skin? When you look at this and you see 5% skill damage, is that strong? Yes, but how strong is it? As a quick rundown, a 5% skill damage skin is pretty strong overall, just like the Dynastic Conqueror 8% troop defense. We're talking about every single march getting some pretty decent type of boost with either sacrificing some cavalry attack or sacrificing some infantry attack. Overall, this is really good. Not kind of good because it benefits every single march, but really good. But in the grand scheme of things, this is not going to take the place of many other things that you pick up. The cost of getting Twilight Falls would be 650,000 season coins unless you can get it in season 1. If you can get the honor roll season 1 for this skin, you should do it. And it's an absolutely totally worth thing to do. And it is great. It is great for your account. However, if you're buying it in Season of Conquest for Conquest coins, it's questionable because you're sacrificing potential Ring of Dooms, potential horns, Moria's Web, sculptures, you're sacrificing materials, all of these things that you are generally not picking up unless you wait maybe like 5 KVKs with like your extra coins before you even consider copying it. And if you're doing that, it's probably not a bad idea. This is going to be the most cost-effective version of it. Now we look at Zenith the Power on the other hand. Getting this Zenith skin, for me this was expensive and I was cheap with it too. I used maybe 2 years of speeds to get this. So for me, it wasn't that bad because I got a KVK1. But if you're using 5 to 7, potentially even 10 years of speeds depending on your place in your continent, you know, it's egregiously expensive. Even in the most optimal of situations, I would be very, very, very concerned to hear somebody is going for a Zenith skin. If you guys don't know, I do coaching. It's 35 bucks a session. If you guys are interested in that, you guys can always head to the Discord in the description below. Shoot me a PM that you're interested. But one of the things that I see with my clients, I've coached about 215 at this point. A lot of my early game clients are very obsessed with getting a Zenith skin. And I don't think getting a Zenith skin is necessarily account ending. It's not horrible, but on the flip side, it's not great for your account. If you generally value 1 golden sculpture at around 10 days of speed ups per event, and you're using like 5 years of speed ups for this, we're talking about blowing over 1,500 days of speeds. If we're talking about 10 each, you know, it's like 150 sculptures, you know, could be like 200 sculptures, could be 100 sculptures. But generally that's way, way, way better than like any Zenith skin that might come out. Because again, like if you really want a skin, you're looking for Twilight Falls anyway. Zenith just isn't that good. We look at the benefits of this too. The benefits of Zenith the Power are just, they're not there, right? It could be a flex, right? If that's your thing. For me, it was a flex. I love having things that make people go, wow, like he really did that. So I picked it up. Was it great for my account? No. Was it great for my open field? Was it great for anything? Literally anything? No. Like, I never use this skin. Never, ever, ever. The only reason why I have it is to leave it on my city because I think it looks cool. Every time I see those little spears poke out, it reminds me that I did something that most people couldn't. So if that is something you're looking for, more power to you. Just know that, you know, there is no cope. This is not good for your account. Another thing is going to be open field skin viability. We touched on this a little bit earlier when we talked about how good Twilight Falls in the open field was compared to all the other city skins, that and Dynastic Conqueror. But when we compare a skin like Call of the Eternity or literally any other Zenith skin that gives mono troop type stats, we look at it and we think, okay, this is going to be good if I'm a single type of unit player or if I'm a rally garrison. The vast majority of players cannot be a rally garrison. If you're an early game player and you're looking at Zenith of Power and you have any aspirations to be rally garrison, shelve them. You're going to get to Season of Conquest where you're going to have to max Crystal Tech. You're going to need to play at least like 3 KVKs in order to get like rings and horns. You're going to have to get enough Conquest coins to be able to get KVK helm and KVK weapon, and then you're going to have to special talent all your equipment. On top of that, you're then going to have to get armaments. So getting these KVK specific equipment pieces, whether that be the KVK helm and weapon, whether that be the Ring of Doom, whether that be the horn, whether that be armaments, whether that be specific SOC commanders, right? It is literally actually functionally impossible for you to come into KVK4 and be a rally garrison. You cannot do it. If you try, you'll get run over, and not only will you get run over, your entire kingdom will too, trying to back your ass up. This will not help you. Full stop, period. 15% cav attack is not a bad skin. The issue is in this game, there's power creep. So if you're KVK1, KVK2, thinking about a 15% stat for Zenith, who the fuck knows what is going to be the next skin by KVK 5? We're talking about like damn near like a year in advance. You're looking in KVK 1 and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to be an RG once it comes to Season of Conquest. You're talking about months and months and months and months in the future. And the meta changes like a chick changes clothes, man. You know, if you are really trying to climb up there, like this skin is not going to do it. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get all the pieces for Rally Garrison first, and then consider going for the Zenith of Power. And even if you are considering going for a Zenith of Power at that point, the KVK reward skins with the 10% like cavalry defense and the infantry skin, like those skins might just be more consistent and better, and you might just want to eat the 5% stat decrease and invest those speed ups and time and energy into something else. It is an incredibly difficult justification to ever do. If you're going to be a Rally Garrison, once you have everything else for Rally Garrison, then you can perhaps consider Zenith of Power. If you're an early game player and you have aspirations of being a Rally Garrison player, number one, kill those aspirations. That shit ain't gonna happen. But number two, this is not the straw that breaks the camel's back, all right? The Zenith of Power skin is not going to be what shoots you into the meta, what truly makes you go above and beyond. When we consider the overall concept of process improvement in this game, we're thinking like Twilight Falls in the open field might be like the last like 2 to 5% bit of process improvement, right? First thing is we're focusing on commanders, right? Which you're getting less of because the more speed ups you're spending on Zenith of Power, the less speed ups you're spending on golden head events, right? So in terms of there's a huge opportunity cost already. For the power that you don't have, every second that you are holding on to years of speed ups is seconds that you are not training troops with them and you're not killing them repeatedly. Because each KVK, so if you train 1 million troops or 10 million troops, every KVK, you get half those troops back and you got to kill them again. So if you train those 10 million troops early, 10 million troops, next KVK it's 5 million troops, you kill them again, 2.5, 1.25, right? You get to keep having them down. The longer you wait to build them, the harder it will be to kill them and boost your stats and make yourself look like an actual reputable player. A Zenith of Power may be a great flex ego-wise because you'd be like, hell yeah, I did this. I got a Zenith. The real flex is having millions and millions and millions, tens of millions of deads, having billions of kills. That's the real flex. The longer you hold on to these speed ups, the less sculptures you're going to get. So your kills are going to be less efficient for longer. You have less troops, so you're going to be able to fight less efficiently for longer. And overall, you're just hamstringing your account for a skin that is literally not useful at all. So we talk about trying to improve like the last few percents of your account. For a Zenith of Power skin, that might not even do that. For Twilight Falls, there's some justification to where if you wait a few KVKs with your extra coins, then fuck it, pick it up. But I mean, in terms of legendary skins, like Zenith of Power is just not something you should be going for. A little negative Nancy stuff, not gonna lie. We've been going in pretty hard on our boys with the Zenith skins. Now, I know you guys may have a question, okay, when is it a good idea, or at least less of a bad idea to pick up a Zenith skin? If you are pre-T5, I'm talking KVK 1. That's about when I picked up my Zenith skin, because the skin is going to be way cheaper around KVK 1. Is it going to be the most efficient you could ever spend your speed ups? Not necessarily. However, pushing further into T5 and having a large push to where you can get a 15% ruin, babysit on the title, a kingdom buff, and have maybe a couple 20 gold head events on the same time as your Zenith of Power push, or perhaps like a Mightiest Governor or something like that, makes it significantly less bad. Does it make it good? Not particularly, but I could see the rationale. There is a dimension where it's not as bad. I personally pushed 14 million power during my KVK 1 to pick up the second place for this Call of the Eternity skin. Was it the best use I had for my speed ups? No, but I mitigated it as best as I could. And if you really want one of these, you're gonna have to do it early, You have to make sure that the competition's not too tight, and you have to make sure it is best for your account as humanly possible. I just talked about this, about like having like runes, titles, speeds. You have to have this. If you ever go for Zenith to power and you are pre-T5 or even post-T5, okay, if you do not have perfect runes, titles, and speeds, neck yourself, okay? Rethink your entire life, uninstall the game, and probably just walk the fuck out. If you are not waiting for the perfect storm before you touch one of these godforsaken noob traps, rethink everything you're doing, because you're doing it wrong. Everything better be perfect. You better have planned this out as best as you possibly can. You better have tons of resources, or at least people that can send you them if you're getting in a tough spot. This skin will be one of the most stressful things you probably do, full stop. Make sure you're prepared. I've got another video on how I won my Zenith to power. I would highly suggest you check that out if you're looking to win yours. And the final thing is, I've said this a bunch of times, but the flex. Is it a less bad idea? Is it a good idea? Does the flex make it that? Not really, but at the end of the day, this game is fun. You play it for fun. At the end of the day, we play as efficiently as possible. We are competitive players at this channel, but at some point, we're doing this for a reason. We are doing this to impress somebody, to impress ourselves, to make our mark, to look good in the community. This is more of a community-based game than anything else. So I understand why you'd want the flex. But if you want the flex, you better check everything else. Your account better be absolutely spectacular before you try to pick up one of these bad boys. And with that being said, guys, I think that is a pretty good rundown of what I would look at, why I think Zenith of Power is bad, why I think Twilight Falls is pretty good. If you guys are interested in getting notifications for when I stream or when I post, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. If y'all don't mind hitting that like button, I'd appreciate it a lot. If you guys want to get off-platform notifications, that Discord is the #1 place to go. Make sure you go to the role selection tab and turn on announcement and stream notifications. Also, we are now streaming multiple games on Twitch. Make sure to check that out. It's pretty lit. It's a lot less rock related and a lot more personable. We will probably be opening a second channel at some point. If you guys are interested in coaching, you guys are thinking, okay, I saw his video on how to get a Zenith skin, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. Or you're thinking, how am I going to transition to Season of Conquest? How am I going to plan my account for the future? One of the best ways you can do that is by getting coaching. You go to the Discord in the description below and shoot me a PM and say, hey, I'm interested in coaching. Right now, it is $50 a session off stream and $35 a session on stream, but it will almost certainly go up. So if you guys are interested in that type of thing, hit it up. Other than that, guys, have yourselves an absolutely great day. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I will catch you guys later.